there's a fish right there. He crushed it, man. Hope you guys saw that. Whew. All right, FishAholics, welcome back to another video. So I'm in North Jersey right now, just visiting my parents, and there's Shirley, the family dog. What's up, Cheryl? Sit. Can you give me a paw? Look, she's smart dog. Taught her to roll over too. But today we're gonna try and do something a little different. I've been in Jersey for like 4 or 5 days, and when I first got here, I went down to AC to visit some college buddies, and then on my way back up, I did some surf fishing in Ocean County, and I'm gonna show you some footage from that little outing. But today, we're gonna head to the lake and try and catch some hybrid stripers and some walleye. And yeah, I guess I'll switch it over to what we caught the other day in the surf, and then once we get back on the lake, then we'll pick it up from there. So I believe the tide just started going out, so we're at a higher water level. Surf is looking nice, got like a clearish, greenish water, white water. We'll probably start by just doing some jetty hopping. So we probably got about 5 decent jetties ahead of us to the north that I want to fish. And I love to fish the corners where the beach meets the jetty. So that's 10 different little pockets that could have potentially some stripers. All right, how you doing? Any bites?
Yeah, you got a striper there.
Oh, nice. Any size or?
No, small.
Little guy? Nice though. All right, jetty number 2. No bites at the first jetty. And when I'm fishing my presentations, I like to cast parallel to these rocks. I find that's where fish are going to be cruising up and down, looking for injured bait fish. All right, no bites yet on the shad. We're going to try something a little different. Maybe this little flash minnow. All right, we're down to our 5th jetty here. Not a single bite yet. So when the bite is tough like this, I'm gonna clip off my TA clip and see if I can find like a small little bucktail. All right, here we go, the good old reliable. There's a fish. Nice little thumper. There's a little Jersey striper. I was getting worried for a sec we weren't gonna maybe catch anything. And I actually had to switch back to FishAholic finback shad, but I tied direct just like how I tied the little bucktail on. No bites on the bucktail, but first cast back with the shad. See you later, buddy. All right, let's try it again, see if there's another guy here. All right, made it out on Lake Hopatcong, and it's a nice fall day. Still really surprised we only caught 1 fish the other day in the surf. You guys saw how juicy that water looked. The only thing it was lacking was some bait though. I didn't see a whole lot, so that's probably why we didn't do so well. And that's why today I wanted to change it up. And actually yesterday I did a kayak guided trip out here and took out a fellow FishAholic, and we had a great day on the main lake. We caught a couple hybrid stripers and we found stacks of them, but we were only able to catch 2, and then we ended up catching 3 walleye, 17 to like 20 inches, right around dusk into dark, and it was a nice outing. I'll put a link down in the description if you're interested in getting out in a kayak guided Lake Hopatcong trip with me. But for now, we're gonna head out to main lake spots and start just fishing away, see if we can find some stacks of stripers and then hopefully some walleye. So we're primarily going to be fishing like 20 to 25 feet of water, and we've got 56-degree surface temp. That's actually pretty good. Still like early fall water type temps. Once it starts getting into like the 40s, then you know, winter's right around the corner and we start approaching late fall, and that's when the fish start becoming a little less active, I guess, or at least the hybrids do. The hybrids really slow down when that water temperature drops into the 40s. Walleye will still feed pretty well up until ice. So being that we have like mid 50-degree temps, that's why the other day we were finding stacks of hybrids feeding on herring. And I'm going to start off probably with a Rapala ice jig, black over silver, if we start marking some of those hybrids. Also have a little 4-inch Kitech on a 3/8 ounce round ball jig head rigged up for hybrids and walleye. The jig is also for walleye too, but probably a little bit later. All right, I'm starting out with the 4-inch Kitech just to cover some ground, cover some water, and see what's down there. So I'm letting it sink down about 25 feet, and then I'm just gonna slowly, like really slow. Like I try and fish it slow, and then I try and even fish it slower to where I'm like bouncing it off the rocks down there. And that's typically where some walleye are going to be hanging down by the structure. If I end up marking, obviously, some fish higher in the water column, then I'll work it a little bit higher. Those will probably be hybrids. Try dropping down the Rapala ice jig. My Kitech's just out there floating around. Look at all these marks on the screen. Those are just thick stacks of hybrids. Come on. Might also be a mix of white perch. There's a fish right there. He crushed it, man. Hope you guys saw that. Whew. That's a hybrid. Oh, it feels like a nice one too. Got to get this line out of the way. Whew. Looks like a nice fish. Oh yeah. Look, even more hybrids down there. This fish crushed it, thinking it was probably a small little herring. Oh yeah, dude. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Heck yeah, boys. That's got to be at least like a 7-8 pounder. It's a sizable hybrid for sure. Look at the size of that fish. That is a tanker right there. Whew. Heck yeah, he choked the Rapala ice jig. 5/8 ounce. Oh, come on out. Oh yeah, that is a tanker. Whew. I would love to get a picture, but we're just gonna get this beautiful fish back quick. Straight down she goes. Let's try and get another. Whew, hell yeah, boys, that was a sick fight. That fish fought harder than the schoolie we caught in the surf. That was awesome. All right, we're back on them. Look at all those marks. It's awesome seeing it. It's like we're fishing on the ocean or the bay right now. That's how many stripers are below us. Freaking awesome. Oh, just had a bite already. Oh man, snagged on a rock. All right, got it off. Definitely don't want to lose these in the bottom. I think they are pretty pricey, like $6 to $10. Like, they're not cheap. All right, I'm gonna switch over to the Kitech again. The big mass stacks of hybrids, I think, kind of moved on a little bit. Fish on the Kitech. It feels like another hybrid. If it's a walleye, it's a good walleye. Oh, another little spunky hybrid. A lot smaller, but a nice little hefty fish. Really fun on light tackle. Woo! But we caught that last hybrid on the Pro Blue Shiner color in 4-inch Kitech Easy Shiner. I like it. It kind of has like a nice little flash, like what I would assume a flash of a herring would give off. You see, it's all about the herring in this lake. That's like the main forage that not just hybrids and walleyes absolutely devour, but like every single predatory fish in this lake just loves herring. There's another one. Ooh, crushed it, dude. You guys probably couldn't even see that strike just because of the sun, but feels like another hybrid. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah. This one's got some shoulders. Oh, nice. Whew. Another nice quality one. Ooh. Such a solid fish right there. Whew. About the same size as our first one, maybe a little smaller. Ooh, and there she goes. All right, well, it's cool they're hitting the Kitech, and the day is pretty much already made, I guess, and it's you know, super fun just to catch them on this light tackle gear, and it's probably a lot more fun in my opinion than going to the surf and like working really hard and fishing a few hours for like a couple little shorts in the surf. So this is a solid alternative. I'm having a blast out here. Another one. Pretty much just lifted it off the bottom. The fish freaking crushed it, dude. Whew, this one feels a little bit bigger. Really solid head shakes. Oh. Whew. I'm gonna chase him down a little bit. This fish is pulling hard, boys. Jeez. Oh, another solid hybrid. There she is in the net. If you guys don't know the story about this net, this was probably one of my first catches I caught out of this lake when I started fishing it by boat or kayak. Probably when I was like 12 or 13, or actually probably more like 10 or 11. Solid fish, so whew, another good one. Jeez, man, this is ridiculous. This thing pulled like a tank, and he's not. He's like the second smallest one of the day. But look at it, he choked it. Whew. Way down there. I might need to get my pliers to pop this thing out. Nope, I got it. Whew. More fish below us, but I'm just casting from about 22 up into like about 20. And just kind of working it right along the bottom. Wonder if there's a walleye down there trying to get to this bait, but he can't because the hybrids keep jumping on it. There he is. Whew. Oh. Oh, look at that. First walleye of the evening. I knew they had to be down there trying to get to this bait. Finally, one little guy got to it. Probably just about a keeper, maybe 19. Sick. So here's a little cool story about the walleye, and really they were the species that triggered me to learn this lake. I was fishing like some dock around the lake, and I was actually just trying to catch bluegills and perch, and I was using like a little tiny like beadhead fly and a split shot. It's probably like 9 or 10, and I caught a walleye, or well, I almost caught a walleye. I hooked it, basically was lifting up with a line. I was like, what is that? Is that a walleye? And then it just fell right back in the water. And it wasn't a big one. It was probably like 15 inches or something, but all because of that mysterious catch that I had a feeling it was a walleye. I don't know, it just made me start to do a ton of research. And I was just basically infatuated with these species. I wanted to try and catch them, target them, and that's what drove me to get out on this lake, you know, in a boat, in a kayak, and just fish it as much as I possibly could since I was about 10, and now I'm 25. And that's how I've put together the knowledge that I have to get out here and catch these fish like this. So it's pretty cool. Oh, that fish crushed it as I was picking it up. This might be another hybrid. Now it's been like every cast I'm hooking up the hybrid, a smaller one. Oh, another hybrid. Woo! Hybrid tried to jump out of the water. Got him. Whew. Oh, yeah. All right, so it's been about like 30-45 minutes since our last hybrid, and we're just taking a little break to have a little snack. And oh, this is pretty good, this little kind nut butter granola. But that sun just went down below the hills, and this is like prime walleye time. So we're gonna probably give it like another 15-20 minutes, probably into dusk or maybe into dark, depending on how the bite is, and see if we can get a couple more. And I lost track of how many stripers we caught. Definitely was only thinking we were gonna get like 1 or 2 stripers and maybe 1 or 2 walleye in like our whole outing, but I lost track. Probably gonna have to edit out some, but you know, such a nice day out here, and the wind is even, you know, going away. So let's keep throwing down the swim base, doing what we're doing, and just see if we can get a few eyes. Come on, Mr. Walleye. Come on, come on. Come on. Kind of just like bouncing it off the big boulders down there. And a lot of times these walleye are sitting right next to those boulders waiting for a bait fish to swim on by. Sometimes I'll just let it lay there for a second, then pop it up, let it drop back down. Oh, I was just hanging it there, and something crushed it. This might be a nice walleye. Just messing with my fish finder, not even jigging it. It's gotta be a walleye. It's got some nice weight to it. Yeah, boys. Oh, yes, that's what I'm talking about. That chunk. Beautiful fish. Hooked him right in the top of the mouth. Oh, I'm gonna let you go, buddy. I'm gonna definitely let you go. I love these gorgeous fish. Whew. All right, well, you know, we took a few more casts and no other bites, but I'm totally content with heading out and quitting while we're ahead. And now that the sun's going down, it's getting a little more chillier. Also, I was just talking with my sister, and her birthday is actually tomorrow, but I think we're gonna try and do some like birthday plans tonight or something for dinner. because unfortunately I'm going to probably go back to Montauk tonight or tomorrow, so I'm not going to be around. And since we had a stellar day out here, we might as well call it quits early. I'm sure we could still probe the depths and come up with a couple more walleye, but we'll save them for another day. And you know, a good way to end a beautiful day on one of my favorite lakes to fish in New Jersey. And just look at that gorgeous fall sunset. So anyway, I'll put information if you're interested in a kayak fishing guide on this lake or some other lakes in New Jersey. And if you guys can help support the channel also by picking up some FishAholic merch, that would be absolutely amazing. And I'll put all my tackling equipment down in the description below. If you have a question, post a comment, you know the deal. And please subscribe to keep up to date with the vids. And I guess if I don't see you out on the water, I'll see you in the next vid. And like always, never forget, live to fish, fish to live.